All right, folks, we are back out at the front barn build, and now it's come to the point where we've got to chop off our 6-inch posts. So in the past, what we've used is Rick's Echo chainsaw. Honestly, we don't use chainsaws very often, maybe once a year, and then it's hard to start because it's got old fuel in it, you know, whatever. You know, this year, to be able to use that, I had to replace, the chain would have had to have been replaced. We had to have replaced the fuel. Hope it works. So we've made an investment, another investment in our kind of Milwaukee tool series, using the M18 battery power pack. So they, meaning Milwaukee, now builds a regular chainsaw, 16-inch bar, and so we've purchased that. So this is not going to be per se a full review. There's lots of those online. Just my thoughts, probably some of little Rick's thoughts, because he's used chainsaw frankly much more than I have. And then we're going to kind of go through, you know, my angle on this video is going to be from the consumer side. I don't know enough about commercial chainsaws to really make a reasonable comparison, other than what I don't like about having a regular gas-powered chainsaw is I only use it maybe once a year. So I need something that I can just plug a battery into and we're off. Refill the bar and chain oil in it and start cutting. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on this, and we're going to use it, cut off the posts on the barn, level that up, and then kind of give you our closing thoughts on it. Probably that'll be little Rick, because he's got, again, like I said, more experience with chainsaws even than I do. Comes packaged. We did not get the an extra battery, so we've got, on this one, I'm going to be using, you know, one of our 9-amp-hour batteries that we already had. Again, I've been kind of investing in this Milwaukee series now for close to 5 years, so we've got multiple batteries, different amp hours. I did a lot of research watching some of the other reviews online before we went with this, and frankly, a lot of it had a lot of good reviews. Reviews where they were comparing this saw to, frankly, professional saws. You know, some of the videos said that this one outright beat it. You know, others said that it was a flawed test, that the other one had a dull chain on it. I'm not doing any of those comparisons. I'm looking at the saw for what it is, for what I know about chainsaws, something that the consumer would be able to use strictly from time to time as needed. And that's my angle on whether this is going to be a good tool for me. So the one thing that I liked about this from the online reviews is, again, uses the same M18 power pack that I've already got multiple of, because I use multiple tools. It just slides in the top and locks in. Has the same chain lock that you're used to on a regular chainsaw. Locked, unlocked. It's got the same trigger mechanism here. You know, the cool thing that I like about this is that, you know, it's just that simple trigger that you see on most all of Milwaukee tools. So there's no other interlocks or anything like that you got to mess with. Also has a locking mechanism here, so if you pull it, push that in with your thumb, pull it up, and it's locked. Okay. So we're gonna put the power. So we're gonna fill this up with some bar and chain oil. And you'll probably see, you know, Rick is like behind the scenes, you know, watching as I do this, but I know he's itching to use this. Probably itching much more than I am itching.
One thing that I have come to acknowledge is that there is good and bad chainsaw, or any kind of oil, honestly, for that matter. We're using the Steel Platinum We picked it up. I picked this up from Ace Hardware. But you do not want to just go to, say, Tractor Supply or your local Walmart and pick up the absolute cheapest bar and chain oil. Get the good stuff. Don't skimp. It will extend the life of both your chain and your chainsaw.
As far as I'm concerned, I think that applies for just about every lubricant. Don't buy cheap lubricants. Don't buy, you know, if it keeps your equipment running longer, don't go cheap. So let's get this going. So take the battery pack, slap it in. There's no additional controls other than this bar lock right here, the chain lock. So we're going to take the chain lock off. Press this little switch here with your thumb, which is a safety interlock. Pull the trigger, and it should run. Let's go cut some stuff. So Rick ended up doing most of the cutting as I expected. Mine was going a little bit wonky, so he got a lot more level. He's got at least 4 or 5 inches vertical height on me. So here's what I was most concerned with. So we use this 9 amp hour Milwaukee M18 battery for this saw. When we started, we pulled this off of the circular saw, but it still had 4 bars on it. We used 2 bars. We used 2 total bars to do all of this. So I think I'm pretty impressed with this saw. Made quick work of something that generally in the past, cutting the bars off the top has been kind of a pain in the butt. What's your thoughts, Rick, with respect to how easy it handled?
I think it worked pretty good. It's strong. It's got a lot of torque. It's not like it takes a lot to actually get into the wood. A lot of that, of course, has to do with the chain itself, and it's a brand new Milwaukee chain. Time will tell whether or not it really holds up to, say, a 2-stroke engine oil ran chainsaw, but right out of the box, I mean, I can tell you it's a champ for sure. And the fact that it only used 2 bars on a used battery to cut all these 6x6 pressure treated posts, and it has a 16-inch bar. I mean, I think it's impressive, honestly.
So again, this is not a professional review, folks. It wasn't ever intended to. It's just consumers using a product that we're excited about, fits into our overall kind of tool system that we make use of extensively. So give it a shot. All right, folks, we're signing off. Always remember, treat others as you would like to be treated. LaLa Farm, out.